We're going to get nerdy with it today. Or perhaps I should say nervous, and discuss the vagus nerve, what it does, how it affects our mental health problems, and various ways we can manually activate it. As the 10th cranial nerve, the vagus nerve is an important component of our parasympathetic nervous system. It is the longest nerve in our body and transmits crucial information to both the brain and our organs. It regulates a variety of functions, including our heart rate, digestive system, lungs, ability to swallow, and even bladder control. It's fairly significant, but it goes further than that. Additionally, affecting our mental health, the vagus nerve can be stimulated to lessen feelings of stress, anxiety, despair, and even post-traumatic stress disorder (PTSD). They discovered that when aroused, we can more readily get past these annoying symptoms of mental illness. In other words, even when we feel bad, it won't last long, and we'll recover more rapidly. Our vagus nerve is a component of the parasympathetic nervous system, also referred to as the rest and digest system. When it is stimulated, the vagus tone increases, slowing both our breathing and heart rate. Additionally, it soothes our neurological system. In 2010, Cleveland Clinic researchers discovered a link between a high vagal tone, happy emotions, and general health. In other words, we felt better when our vagus nerve was stimulated. We are able to handle stress better and are less prone to experience PTSD, anxiety, or depressive symptoms. Additionally, they discovered that mothers transmit their vagal tone to their offspring. Consequently, if my mother had worry or depression while carrying me, she would have had a low vagal tone and would pass that on to me when I was born. The same holds true for the opposite. Consequently, if my mother had a high vagal tone, she might have passed it on to me. Vagal tones, however, are not fixed like our DNA. They are simple to modify, expand, and enhance. We can activate our vagus nerve in a variety of ways so that we can immediately begin to feel better and more at ease. And my first piece of advice is to get exposed to the cold. If you live somewhere particularly cold, you could just go outside wearing something like a t-shirt and shorts. Other options include taking a cold shower or putting your face into ice water. In addition to activating cholinergic neurons through our vagus nerve pathways, being exposed to cold stimulates our vagus nerve, which we know relaxes our nervous system. This is significant since cholinergic neurons employ acetylcholine to transmit their messages. Additionally, our nervous system uses acetylcholine as a messenger to instruct our bodies to slow their heart rates. Additionally, it can reduce inflammation, which ultimately calms us down. Many of you have told me over the years that you may prevent yourself from dissociating or having a panic attack by applying a cool washcloth to your face or even holding ice in your hands. It turns out that exposure to cold activates our vagus nerve, which calms us down internally. I'll be honest, I always just imagined that it worked because cold is jarring or startling to our system. Sometimes, science is just so awesome, am I right? Okay. On to my next piece of advice. Finally, you should massage your vagus nerve. Here, being gentle is crucial. Not always better and may be harmful, deeper and harder isn't always better. Then, with a light touch, locate your trapezius, the muscle over your shoulder, and give it a little massage. Run your hands up both sides of your neck, up toward your hairline, so that they are even here behind your ears. To make your hands slide more smoothly, you can also want to have some lotion or oil, but take your time. You can move very gently up and down your neck until, I won't lie, you begin to feel some alleviation or relaxation. My favorite. You might also concentrate just on the skin just behind your ears. You guys, this is my favorite. And I discovered this via Christina Warren, a woman I've been following on Instagram for a long time. She once practiced acupuncture, and she frequently shares self-massage practices. Anyhow, you gently pull up and down while putting your fingertips on the flesh behind your ears. Additionally, I enjoy extending 2 fingers in front. 2 fingers in front and 2 fingers in rear, sort of rubbing up and down, is the proper way to do it, even if it may seem strange at first. And the strange part is that I used to do this without realizing why. I'll admit that I was shocked to learn that it was stimulating my vagus nerve and calming me down. Sometimes, our bodies are so cool. Try it out and let me know if it works for you. Thirdly, try singing, gargling, sucking on hard candies or gum, or even humming. Because the vagus nerve, which runs along the side of your neck, is related to both the muscles in the back of your throat and your vocal cords. Thus, by repeating these actions, we can activate our vagus nerve and raise our vagal tone. Which, once more, I was unaware of until I was doing research for this video. And it makes sense why singing has always seemed to me to be so incredibly relaxing. In case you weren't aware, I was in choir throughout middle school, high school, and college. After I finished, I looked for another choir to join because I missed singing in one so much. Of course, some of that could be attributed to my love of music, but it could also be because listening to music relaxes me and raises my vagal tone. The next tip, though, truly surprised me. It has been demonstrated that probiotics activate our vagus nerve. I'm aware that it's absurd to me. However, studies have shown that having healthy gut microbes enhances brain function. Our GABA receptors, which are responsible for the majority of messages sent and received throughout our nervous system, are positively altered by this. Furthermore, it lowers our stress hormones. Now, after speaking with a few microbiologists in our area, I've learned that utilizing yogurt or other fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, or even kombucha is the greatest method to get probiotics into your diet. Not in capsules or any dehydrated supplement. I suppose drying it out can occasionally kill the germs and render it useless. So, just a warning there. Try to sleep on your right side, as this is another way to stimulate your vagus nerve. Our vagus nerve travels down the right side of our neck, therefore according to study, sleeping on that side can actually activate it, giving us all the advantages of having it stimulated. I don't know about you, but I enjoy it when I can take care of myself just by sleeping. Amazing, isn't it? Check to see if that functions for you. Oh, and the same study also discovered that sleeping on our backs is the worst for stimulating our vagus nerve. In order to make sleeping on your right side more comfortable for you, if at all possible. Personally, I embrace one or sometimes two people while placing pillows in between my knees to prevent them from colliding. Therefore, try to change how you sleep and see if that makes a difference in how you feel. And the last piece of advice I have is to invest in a gammacore type vagus nerve stimulation gadget. Some even have a gadget implanted close to their collarbone that runs cables to their vagus nerve and uses gentle electrical pulses to activate it. Vagus nerve stimulation, often known as VNS, is a type of treatment that is somewhat comparable to a pacemaker. One patient I visited in the hospital struggled dreadfully with her depression symptoms and suicidal ideas, and neither therapy nor medication helped. Didn't make her situation any better. But after getting her VNS implanted, she no longer had suicidal thoughts and felt much better. It drastically changed her life and was the only thing that worked for her. So find out whether it might be a possibility for you by speaking with your psychiatrist and getting checked out by your primary care physician. I sincerely hope this was useful. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you again soon.